Michael Waltrip made 496 starts previously in the Winston Cup Series. Dale Earnhardt, who we go on board with right now, gave him the chance this year. There are now just 3 days until the Daytona 500. Today we run the 2 Gatorade Twin 125-mile qualifying races. The highest qualifying Dodge was Kenny Irwin Jr. in that singular number 42 car. He returned to Winston Cup action this week following that scary crash at the Hampshire Speedway last July. He has made a full recovery, and NASCAR has since mandated the Hans device. Also notable in this field, Kevin Lepage in that Denny's number 16 car, same number as last year but new owner, baseball legend Hank Aaron. We also have Truck Series champion Greg Biffle moving up to the Winston Cup Series in that Roush Racing number 97.
I'm excited to see what Greg can do this year. Shaq had a hard choice between Greg and runner-up Kurt Busch, but I think he made the right one.
It's going to be close. Oh my gosh, it's going to be so close. They're going crazy. I don't know who's going to get it. I don't know.
Too close to call, but I think it might be Kenny Irwin. And further back, the 59-year-old Dave Marcus in the 71 makes the 500. Jones and Strickland narrowly missed the top 15. Let's take a look at a replay of that finish. And at the very last second here, you can see, Chip, Irwin surges to the lead. Now that we've had a moment to reset, we re-rack 25 cars for the second Gatorade Twin 125 of the day. This one is led off by 2000 Winston Cup Series champion Bobby Labonte with his teammate Tony Stewart on the outside. Like Jeff Gordon, Labonte is locked into his front row starting position, while all other outside positions in rows 2 through 15 will be determined by the finishing order of this race, followed by, of course, the next 5 on time, and then finally the 8 provisional slots. And then further back in the field, we've got the Pettys, 2 of them this time. Kyle Petty in that Hot Wheels Dodge, not Pontiac in 2001, and of course his son Adam returns to Winston Cup, similar to Kenny Irwin after his recovery from his scary wreck in New Hampshire last year.
And on the outside there, we got that new team, Rock Racing, owned by none other than Dwayne the Rock Johnson. And man, is he awesome.
Yes, Dwayne Johnson fought out the number 60 car of Joe Bessie Racing last year and has hired Hermie Sadler to drive that 2 startup team, and has broken a deal with WWF owner Vince McMahon to have WWF on the hood of that car.
Here comes Casey Atwood, that rookie on the inside. He got another car that has to get in the 500 in the top 15. And he might just win this whole thing. Yes, 3 wide. Come on, Casey.
And it's going to be Terry Labonte, just like
in the still.
And just like in race 1, the outside pole sitter finishes second.
And man, what a run by Casey Atwood. He's going to get to start 6th in the Daytona 500. And great job, Robbie Gordon, that new team. Heartbreak for the Pettys, though. Man, that's just too bad. Both a 44 and a 45 are going to have to go home.
And that appears to be where we're heading, Chip. Going around turns 3 and 4 for the final time. Rudd and Irwin, side by side, door to door. Which line's going to get the better push? 42 moving ahead now, coming down to the wire. It's going to be close. Man, that's difficult to call, but yes, Ricky Rudd wins the 2001 Daytona 500. Look at that again, Chip. That is phenomenal. On board with Sterling Marlin, only about 5 laps to go here in Rockingham. And, oh man, we got a big crash. Once again, turn 1, Bill Elliott is around. And oh, there we go, Brett Bodine upside down piles in there, hit from Bobby Hamilton.
They're still wrecking here. We got the 7 car, Mike.
Let's pay attention up front for a second here. They're racing back to the line. This could be for the win. And Sterling Marlin beats Dale Jarrett to the caution flag. Although, what's he doing here? Chip looks like he's actually heading towards pit road.
Yeah, what is going on? We're hearing that Sterling's got a flat tire. Oh, man, that's just heartbreaking.
Sterling Marlin, leading behind the pace car, coming to the white flag, has to pit for a flat tire. So that now puts Dale Jarrett, who's not led a lap all day, as the leader. And looks like he may just steal one here in Rockingham. But that doesn't matter. Dale Jarrett is going to be the winner here in Rockingham, followed by Jeff Gordon and Kenny Irwin Jr. And what a crazy race we had today, Chip. 1.5 laps to go. Sterling Marlin was in this position last week, leading although that was under caution. Can he hold on here and get his first win of the season and the first win for Dodge in their return to the NASCAR Winston Cup Series?
I don't know. I think it's going to be a Dodge victory, but I'm not sure if it's going to be Sterling or if Kenny Irwin Jr. is going to break through and get his first career win if they come to the white flag.
Going down in turn one, Marlin and Irwin both on the bottom side of the racetrack, although Marlin starts to slide up here a little bit. Here comes Irwin in that 42 car. Kenny Irwin had a practice crash at New Hampshire last July and was injured, had a long road to come back to this Winston Cup Series, but now, coming off turn 4, is in position. Kenny Irwin is a winner in the NASCAR Winston Cup Series. Done. Kenny Irwin will be one of the 5 drivers eligible for that noble $5 million bonus at Charlotte in a couple months, and is also now the Winston Cup points leader. One we will not be watching today is Michael Waltrip and the number 15 car. His number 15 team for Dale Earnhardt Incorporated came into the year with 0 owner points. With a large number of teams attempting all of these races, and 2001 owner points not taking effect till race 6 at Bristol, he missed the field. Also, we go on board with Kevin Harvick in that 3rd Richard Childress Racing entry, making his Winston Cup debut today. Sterling Marlin still leading here as we round lap 14. Things have settled down a bit up front. Oh, we see a caution light on. Looks like Terry Labonte is around and Kenny Irwin as well. Right in front of the pack. Ooh, hard hit for Kenny Irwin into the 16 of Kevin Lepage.
Dale Earnhardt. Dale is rolling over and over down the backstretch.
Yeah, let's get the replay here, Chip. Looks like they try to go almost 5 wide off of turn 2 here.
Yeah, you can't do that, boys. That's for sure. And, man, it looks like Jeff gets into the 5 car in the 88, and there goes Terry Labonte around.
And looks like a fairly mild wreck at that point. But then we go on board with Dale Earnhardt here, and this is where it starts to get really crazy. All these cars just start piling in. Dale thinks he's gotten through, and then he hits Terry coming off turn 4. Checkered flag in the air, and 10th career Winston Cup win for Tony Stewart comes at Atlanta Motor Speedway.
And great run by Tony there, and another good run by Ricky Rudd.
And after Kenny Irwin's crash, Dale Jarrett vaults back to the Winston Cup points lead, while Tony Stewart's win moves him up to 6th. But anyway, coming off turn 4, Terry Labonte comes down the front stretch and easily wins the 2001 Carolina Dodge Dealers 400 at Darlington Raceway.
And smooth sailing here for Jeff. He's just got to make 2 more corners. Looks like he should easily.
Yes, he will. And coming off turn 4, Jeff Gordon wins the Food City 500 at Bristol Motor Speedway. Burton still leading. Caution light is on. Mayfield and the 93 of Dave Blaney involved. And so with so few laps left, I think all Burton has to do is just make it back around to the yellow flag, and he will have his first win of 2001. Jeff Gordon takes the Winston Cup points lead here at Texas for the first time this season. At the tail end of the grid is another storyline we're following. For the first time all season, the number 45 Petty Enterprises team has made the field, thanks to Petty Enterprises bringing in 3-time Winston Cup Series champion Darrell Waltrip and his past champion Provisional. Waltrip will drive the number 45 car for the next 4 weeks with hopes of getting it up in the point standing. His teammate Tony Stewart won back in Atlanta, but now as he begins to round turns 3 and 4, Bobby Labonte is going to give Coach Gibbs in Pontiac their second victory of 2001. The 2000 champion is a winner in 2001.
Speaking of long, grueling runs, we want to point out and congratulate Dale Earnhardt, who is making his 656th consecutive Winston Cup start today. And he got a special card, too.
Yes, coming through the trioval. Remember, the start-finish line is all the way down to the other end of the grandstands. And it's going to be Ricky Rudd who's going to get back there first and continue to dominate at the restrictor plate tracks here in 2001.
Yes, that's 2 wins in a row for Ricky Rudd on a super speedway, 2 wins in a row for Robert Yates Racing on a super speedways.
And that win here at Talladega, Chip, will vault Ricky Rudd back to the points lead by 2 points over Jeff Gordon. Yes, and further back in the field, there are a few storylines we are following as well. The number 30 Richard Childress Racing car is back this week, but not with Kevin Harvick. Rick Mast, who lost his ride after the number 50 Midwest Transit Racing team shut down a few weeks ago, has been brought on board to help bring that car further up in owner points by having it run more weeks. Coming off turn 4, Kenny Irwin Jr. is going to win here at California Speedway for his second win of 2001.
Nice job by Kenny there. For that win, we'll move him up on the mechanic a little bit. Looks like up to 6. And Jeff Gordon now has retaken the points lead by just 6 points over Ricky Rudd.
Marlin nearly won Dodge's first race back at Las Vegas, but his teammate Kenny Irwin Jr. got it done there. Irwin also got it done last week at California Speedway. But the number 40 is looking like it's going to come home a winner tonight.
Yeah, no, the big win for Sterling. It's been a few years since he got one of these. And we got the Winston next week. That win will lock him into that race. And Sterling Marlin win the Richmond International Raceway.
As we come on the air tonight at Lowe's Motor Speedway, we have some breaking news. This afternoon, Tony Stewart completed his childhood dream in winning the Indy 500. But the post-race celebrations have held him up in Indianapolis, and he has not made it back here in time for the start of tonight's race. Joe Gibbs Racing's Busch Series driver, Jason Leffler, will make his Winston Cup debut in that 20 car, with Stewart hoping to hop in midway through the race. For the first time all season, the number 45 car of Adam Petty for Petty Enterprises has made the field.
And it appears their gamble, bringing in Darrell Waltrip and driving that 45 for a few weeks, paid off. It's great to see Adam in this field tonight. And
Nadeau got his first win at Atlanta Motor Speedway last fall. This is his second year driving for one of NASCAR's top teams, Hendrick Motorsports. The expectation at Hendrick is that you win. And tonight, that appears to be what Jerry Nadeau is poised to do. The number 25 car comes off turn 4. Danbury, Connecticut's Jerry Nadeau wins NASCAR's longest night, the Coca-Cola 600. Coming off turns 3 and 4, Rushville, Indiana's Tony Stewart is going to win at Dover International Speedway.
That hopefully will shut up all the people that say Tony doesn't take his NASCAR commitment seriously after last week. What a drive by Tony. Moved him up in the point standings a little bit. And
Mast in the 30 again, and Shauna Robinson in the 84 led to all those cars failing to qualify.
Yeah, Shauna's the first woman to start a Cup race in over a decade. So that's exciting. Oh, it looks like what's happening with the Rudd car? He's blowing up.
Yeah, what a disaster for Ricky Rudd, who came in here as the points leader and looks to likely finish last after being on the outside pole, and is now blowing up on the apron coming to green. And what a shocker this is. Looking back from Jeff Gordon, Rick Mast is coming to his inside. Talk about what could be a great potential audition for that 31 car next year. Mast is now leading in the Winston Cups. Oh no! And Michael Waltrip gets into the side of Jeff Gordon. Looks like Terry Labonte and Mike Skinner spin trying to dodge that. Well, oh no! And then Casey Atwood just plows into the back of Gordon there.
Meanwhile, Rick Mast is cruising away with this thing. Lots of room. He's going to easily win this race back to caution. But yeah, what was Michael thinking there? Let's take a look at the replay. You cannot do that. He just drove in the back of Gordon, spins him around, and then Gordon spins in front of the whole pack here, and he thinks he's made it through. Car looks pretty clean. He can continue. And then Casey Atwood just has nowhere to go, and yeah, bam, right into the back of him. He's had his fair share of hits in this rookie season so far. Casey has.
Rick Mast just running a partial schedule for Richard Childress Racing. Looks to hold on and win for the first time, while Dale Jarrett goes for his second win of the year in pursuit of his second championship, coming to the white flag.
I think Jarrett's got the upper hand right now. We go on board the helicopter, but we'll see. It's going to come down to this lap traffic. Who's going to get through cleaner?
Jarrett way up the racetrack, slides, gets in front of Mast. That's going to force Waltrip to check up as well. And that may have been it, although look at this. The lap traffic is now in front of Jarrett, and that's going to allow Mast to get back to his outside.
Yeah, this is going to be too close to call, I think, Bill. Let's see here. Jarrett, good run through 3 and 4. The question is, can he get under Terry Labonte? Looks like he does. That will allow him to get by.
Dale Jarrett is once again going to steal one on the final lap. He wins here at Michigan. Steve Park second, and Rick Mast finishes an impressive 4th.
Yeah, he finishes 4th to Dale Earnhardt there. Got up there to 3rd, and that's going to help move him up to the point standings. He's in the top 12 now.
So despite getting wrecked by Waltrip, Jeff Gordon actually becomes the points leader thanks to Ricky Rudd's looking out. Anyway, Jeff Gordon just has to negotiate the way around some lap traffic here. He gets around Mike Skinner. That will give him a comfortable lead as they go through the tunnel turn down the short chute. And Jeff Gordon appears poised for another win here in 2001.
Yeah, they will not catch that lap traffic there, Ward Burton, before they get to the start-finish line. So as long as the tires stay on it to help do what Sterling did at Rockingham, he'll be just fine.
And Jeff Gordon comes to the line to win the Pocono 500, his second win of 2001. And assuming Park holds on here, this would be the first win of the year for Dale Earnhardt Incorporated as well. That team had 1 win with Park last year at Watkins Glen, as well as 2 with Dale Earnhardt Jr. But a little surprising not to see them get a victory in these first 15 weeks.
I tell you what, though, they've been pretty strong the last few weeks, so Park wins here. I doubt that's going to be the only one they get this year. Looks like he is going to try to pass Bobby going off turn 11 here, and he will do that. And take it away, Bill.
Yes, rounding the final corner, Steve Park wins at Sears Point Raceway, his second NASCAR Winston Cup win, both victories coming out of road course. Starting right behind them, we see Dale Earnhardt Jr. At a special thanks team tonight. He's one of 5 drivers going for the Winston Noble $5 million bonus. The others being Coca-Cola 600 winner Jerry Nadeau, Johnny Benson, Michael Waltrip in the 15 car, and Matt Kenseth in the 17. White flag, Earnhardt still leading, although Marlin is now looking to the inside, and it looks like his son, Dale Earnhardt Jr., has a decision to make. Will he follow his father to the win, or is he going to try to win $1 million for himself?
Bill, I wrecked my father for $1 million. Heck yeah, Dale needs to follow Sterling and front win this race. Heck, I'd wreck your father for $1 million, Bill.
Yikes. Good to know. But yes, Earnhardt Jr. is still on the inside here. He's got teammate, Richard Andy Dale Alliance teammate Mike Skinner and his actual teammate Steve Park behind him. It looks like they're going to try to follow Earnhardt Jr. past Marlin. Dale Earnhardt Jr., father, is going to be outdueled by son here at Daytona. Coming to the flag, Earnhardt Jr. goes up high to block Marlin, and Dale Earnhardt Jr. wins $1 million in the Pepsi 400.
Man, what a move on the last lap by that 8 car. He's been watching that 3 car all night, and I think he might have won 2 tricks in both land that good round. I think Dale will be one of those 5 drivers eligible for the $1 million bonus at Richmond in a few weeks, as will Sterling Marlin with that second place finish. Takes the championship lead from Jeff Gordon.
Coming off turn 4. 50 years from now, we look back at the first winner at Chicagoland Speedway. We will see Dale Earnhardt Jr., who gets his 4th career NASCAR Winston Cup victory. Also, we have a first today. Kyle Petty and Adam Petty, for the first time, are going to start a Winston Cup race together. The 44 and 45 have been in a couple races together this year with different drivers. We had Dallenbach and Adam at Sears Point, and when Darrell Waltrip was in that car, I believe the 44 and the 45 were in together. But Kyle and Adam making their first father-son start today. Coming down the backstretch for the final time, Nadeau followed by Jarrett. That 11 car is out front, but I don't think it's going to matter. Nadeau to the inside, just going to try to follow Brett Bodine around the corner. Danbury, Connecticut's Jerry Nadeau wins in the Northeast in the New England 300. Yesterday, Dodge Motorsports held a press conference confirming its 10-driver lineup for the 2002 campaign, headlined by the announcement of a 3rd full-time entry for Chip Ganassi Racing, for none other than Indianapolis 500 winner Tony Stewart. Ganassi, the owner who Stewart won the 500 with, should be more open to his brash personality than current owner Joe Gibbs. Meanwhile, Petty Enterprises will contract from 3 full-time teams to 2 full-time teams, with Kyle Petty retiring from full-time competition and moving into an ownership and management role. Petty will make a few select starts at the number 44 car. This move allows Dodge to remain at its target of 10 Winston Cup teams with Ganassi's expansion to 3 cars. One other announcement came from Melling Racing. They are bringing on Bobby Hamilton, who brings sponsor Kodak with him, aligning him with the same manufacturer in Winston Cup, Dodge, that he currently fields his Truck Series team with. Jarrett heading down towards turn 3. We see Spencer almost a straightaway behind, so Jarrett can just pedal it all the way back around to the line.
Heck, he can go from here if he has to, I think.
Dale Jarrett of Robert Yates Racing holds on the fuel at Pocono and wins the Pennsylvania 500. Last week at Pocono Raceway, Rudd blew a motor and his teammate Dale Jarrett managed to save enough fuel to make it back to the end. It looks like today Ricky Rudd is going to be the one with the economy run to make it back to the Yard of Bricks and win the Brickyard 400. Final lap. Against all odds, Canada's Ron Fellows appears poised to win a Winston Cup race. The last road course ringer to do that was Mark Donohue back in the 1970s. Last international driver, fellow Canadian Earl Ross back in 1974. Also a good run today by the 92 of Stacy Compton, looking for a new ride next year as he fends off Scott Pruitt there. But up front, Ron Fellows is going to take it away. One final corner for that 87 car. He easily gets around it. Ron Fellows is a winner in the NASCAR Winston Cup Series. Michael Waltrip gets a run down into turns 3 and 4, but it won't be enough. Terry Labonte off of turn 4, looking for his first multi-win season in several years. Terry Labonte wins at Michigan International Speedway.
And once again, a bridesmaid for Michael Waltrip for a second.
As the Winston Cup Series rolls on to Bristol Motor Speedway next week, Jeff Gordon is now the points leader. NASCAR Winston Cup Series schedule is once again expanding in 2002. Texas Motor Speedway will receive a second date, the Haviland 500, in September. Meanwhile, New Hampshire's second race will move from that September slot to Mother's Day weekend, allowing the same start and end time for the 2002 season. Texas Governor George W. Bush and Dallas Cowboys owner Jerry Jones were on site for the announcement today. Jerry Jones, of course, rumored to be buying into Andy Petrie Racing. Marlin now working some lap traffic, and that's allowed Kenny Irwin to reel him back in. Irwin, looking to the inside of Matt Kenseth, Marlin to the outside.
Yeah, we'll see. Normally that inside's better, but not when it's, we got big trouble here on the backstretch. Looks like Kevin Harvick, Jeff Gordon.
Yeah, off the corner here, looks like Gordon gets loose with Mike Wallace, and that sends him into Kevin Harvick. Kevin Lepage gets a piece of it there. Robert Presley, lots of good cars.
Man, Rusty is not handling well at all. That's allowed Sterling to get all the way up in his back bumper here. What's going to happen for turn 3 and 4? No. That is heartbreaking.
Yeah, Rusty Wallace's car, the handle has just gone away from it, and Sterling Marlin steals one here in Bristol. Meanwhile, Marlin's victory vaults him to a narrow points lead over Jeff Gordon. Tony Stewart gets one final Darlington stripe there off of turn 2, and that appears to be all Steve Park needs. He can just coast home now. Steve Park wins the 2001 Mountain Dew Southern 500.
What a win for Steve Park. That's awesome.
We also see Dale Earnhardt Jr., one of 5 drivers going for the noble $5 million bonus. He won at Daytona. The other contenders are Steve Clark, Dale Earnhardt, Sterling Marlin, and Ricky Rudd. 2 laps to go for Dale Earnhardt Jr. trying to lap teammate Michael Waltrip, and oh no, we're hearing he has a flat tire.
Man, a flat tire just cost Dale Earnhardt Jr. $1 million. That's one expensive tire.
That puts Jeff Gordon now as the leader, going for his 3rd win of the season. Although, look who's right behind him, becoming the white flag, Kevin Harvick, trying to win in just his 7th start, running a partial schedule.
Yeah, come on, Kevin. He's right there. He could get the Gordon, especially if Gordon sliding up the racetrack a little bit here up the corner.
Harvick's going to have one more shot at it if we go through turns 3 and 4. He looks to the inside of Gordon. He's not going to quite get there. Jeff Gordon wins here at Richmond as Kevin Harvick finishes second.
Oh no, and we see Sterling Marlin has a problem under the hood coming down pit road here. And that may be the end of his day too.
Yeah, what a mess for the championship contender. That's the last thing he needs right now. Meanwhile, another solid top 10 run for Jeff Gordon is going to help shore up his position in the points. And Dale Jarrett wants people to know he's still in this championship battle. 4th victory of 2001 for him. So Sterling Marlin's mechanical issue now makes Jeff Gordon the points leader, with Ricky Rudd now under 1 race of the points lead. Another silly season shocker in the Winston Cup garage. Matt Kenseth will leave Roush Racing at season's end for Richard Childress Racing's number 31 entry, bringing with him sponsor DeWalt and crew chief Robbie Reiser. Busch Series points leader Kurt Busch is seen as the front runner to replace Kenseth as Roush, as Mike Skinner is now left a free agent. Come to the white flag here. Clear track in front of Ricky Rudd. Kenny Irwin runs second. So it looks like there's going to be no challenge. And actually, we've got trouble further back. Championship contender Sterling Marlin in the outside wall. Light spin. The caution is out, but they're going to race it back here. Ricky Rudd, no contest whatsoever. Just has to get off this final corner. Ricky Rudd had never won more than 2 races in a season prior to 2001. Here he comes for his 4th win of the season. Meanwhile, Jeff Gordon fighting his way up to 3rd place here as they go through turns 3 and 4. But coming off of turn 4, the first winner at Kansas Speedway is going to be Kenny Irwin Jr.
Gordon, of course, has 3 teammates today instead of 2. Today is the Winston Cup debut of Busch Series driver Jimmy Johnson.
Yes, that number 48 Lowe's Chevrolet, that brand new paint scheme that he's going to run next year at Hendrick Motorsports full time. So that caution sets up a 1-lap dash here for Tony Stewart, and it's going to be an easy one for him. Lots of lap cars in between him and 2nd place Mark Martin.
But you sorry, no, it's Bill Elliott now in 2nd place, Mark Martin in 3rd, and Matt Kenseth in 4th, all taking advantage of that strategy.
Meanwhile, Casey Atwood is the highest running rookie as they run right now. He's going to keep that fight alive at least another week. And Sterling Marlin is beating Jeff Gordon in this race by several spots. That's going to tighten up the championship battle a little bit.
Coming off of turn 4, looks like Tony Stewart is going to get one last win here with Joe Giffen Racing.
Yes, Tony Stewart gets his 12th career Winston Cup victory.
Meanwhile, we got some breaking news. Hermie Sadler is going to move to Rock Racing in 2002, the team co-owned by his brother Hermie.
Yeah, we hear that Hermie's going to go just part-time. Elliott's going to run that 94 car full-time, and yet Dave Blaney is going to move over to Bill Davis Racing. A white flag in the air.
Up, we got a spinner up here in the corner, 99 of Jeff Burton. So, yeah, the caution lights are out, and actually, that was before Jeff got the white. They're saying that they threw the yellow for 99. So Jeff just got to follow the pace car back here. Don't blow a tire like Sterling did at Rockingham, and he'll have himself another win.
Jeff Gordon coming around for his 4th victory of the 2001 season, looking to extend his points lead here over Sterling Marlin. Greg Biffle goes to the inside off of turn 4. That is going to hurt the momentum of that inside line here. They are door-to-door, Martin and Burton coming down the front stretch. Remember the start-finish line all the way down towards turn 1? But I don't think that's going to matter. Ward Burton wins at Talladega Superspeedway.
Oh no, and we got more trouble. Jeff Gordon in the wall.
Going through turns 3 and 4, Sterling Marlin looking for his 3rd victory of the 2001 campaign and looking to get his quest for the Winston Cup back on track. Sterling Marlin wins in Phoenix, Arizona.
Yeah, what a statement by Sterling there. Had a hard few weeks and capitalized on Jeff's misfortune and drove a heck of a race himself, too. Great job by Sterling. We look at the points here. He's now got 60 points on Jeff Gordon. That's a massive lead today. He came in.
Going to the white flag here, Ricky Rudd. Coming for his 5th victory of the season. Jeff Gordon runs behind him. Is going to close up that gap on Sterling Marlin, but is not going to retake the points lead as Marlin also runs within the top 5. Going around turns 3 and 4 for the final time. Ricky Rudd coming for his 24th career NASCAR Winston Cup victory here at North Carolina Speedway. Michael Waltrip made 496 starts previously in the Winston Cup Series. Dale Earnhardt, who we go on board with right now, gave him the chance this year. But as they come down the backstretch to the final time, even though a lot of people question that decision, it appears to have been the right one. 2 turns left for Michael Waltrip here at Homestead Miami Speedway. Dale Earnhardt's going to get a look to the inside, but it's not going to be enough. 497 races. He's finally going to get it done. Michael Waltrip is a NASCAR Winston Cup Series winner. This is it, the final race of the 2001 NASCAR Winston Cup season, the Napa 500. Have we got a championship fight on our hands, Chip? 2 drivers come into today separated by just 12 points. Jeff Gordon starting second and Sterling Marlin starting third. Look to battle it out for the Winston Cup.
Man, that's just got to be so helpful. Runs second, but there's nothing Jeff Gordon can do as he runs down the backstretch here. He can barely even see that 40 car in front who is laughing Mike Skinner right now. Say no good, kind of a sad end for Mike Skinner's tenure of Richard Solis Racing.
Coming to the white flag. Sterling Marlin took him almost 10 years to win a Winston Cup race when he finally won the Daytona 500. Won that race back-to-back in 94 and 95. After moving on from Morgan McClure Motorsports to Sapco Motorsports, was the benefactor of Chip Ganassi buying into this team this year. Dodge is going to cap off a triumphant return to the Winston Cup Series with a Drivers' Championship. Sterling Marlin wins the 2001 NASCAR Winston Cup.
Man, I'm so excited for Sterling. And Jeff Gordon, just a little too close, too little too late there. But Sterling, that is awesome for Chip Ganassi. Say Sterling Marlin first, and Kenny Irwin Jr. fourth. Dodge, that's just awesome.
Yes, Dodge won. That would be their 8th win of the season. 4 for Marlin, 3 for Irwin, and 1 for Ward Burton. We look down the standings. Dale Earnhardt did finish in the top 10. Steve Park ended up getting 5th in the standings after a strong 3rd place run there at Atlanta. And to review, Greg Biffle is the 2001 NASCAR Winston Cup Series Rookie of the Year. Chevrolet is the 2001 Manufacturers Champion. This just in, Kenny Irwin Jr. has been voted NASCAR's most popular driver, capping off a triumphant return to the Winston Cup Series this year, as his teammate, Sterling Marlin, takes the championship. This is Bill and Chip signing off for the season.